Hello, everyone. Beautiful people. We have our lovely Lauren Martini here and my son who's in the afterlife, Erik Medhus. And I would like to first share a little bit about Lauren because she is part of the team on the Atlanta Scalar site. So we have a tab up there, the team, nice and simple. But I want to read what she has written for her part. The beginning of my professional journey began in the behavioral health field. This is where I learned the importance of individualized support and transition to life and coping skills. We can all use that. I also took with me the art of navigating and working with court and social systems, medical facilities, and treatment teams. As I moved on into an inside and outside sales position and executive, no, as I moved on into inside and outside sales positions and executive positions for nonprofit organizations, I was always missing something. I solidified my path, gathered all of my experiences and skills to form Guiding Perceptions. That's her website. And you can click on visit my website right there on when you get to the team. It's there. An outlet to provide spiritual support and community resources for those who might be perceiving the world from a contrary view, which is pretty easy to do nowadays, right?
It is. It is. It's so hard to be a human right now.
Yeah, it
It
is.
just
But
is.
I know. But not only that, we're going to the subject today is kind of a hard one to navigate. Also, it's about the
Yeah.
title of this session is crossing the Catholic divide. And my dear, lovely friend, Addie Larson is the one that contributed all the questions, but we'll probably be
Well, okay.
stimulated to ask more as well. So, by the way, Lauren's information will also, of course, be in the description box and on the screen.
Thank
Hi,
you,
Eric.
Lisa.
I love you.
I do have to do one quick. Eric's been bugging me, of course.
Of course.
Happy Mother's Day to you,
Oh,
Miss Elisa. And I had emailed you a while back and I said, don't let me forget because I forget everything, unfortunately. To tell you about a past life that you, me, and Eric spent together.
oh, do tell.
Yes. So it was in like 980s time frame. So it was a very long time ago. Eric and I were getting married,
Hmm.
and you were Eric's mother, of course. And my mom played a very not nice trick on me. And when I went to go get my wedding dress put on, she had dyed it red. Yes. Well, you had
Hmm.
caught wind of this, and I'm like mortified. I don't know what to do. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to walk down this aisle and just, work it with the red. And when
Yeah.
they opened the doors, you had dyed everybody on your side's family's outfits red.
Oh my gosh. That sounds like something I would do for real. That's
I
hilarious.
know. And so I wanted to say thank you, Lisa, for being the best mom in the
Oh,
1900s for me when I didn't have a good mom.
oh. What happened to her? Oh, was your mother your not your current mother? It's your mother in that life, right?
That life. Yes.
Okay, got it,
Yes.
got it.
Yes.
Oh, popped on her.
Yes.
Okay, that's a cool
Yes.
story.
So thank you for adopting me back in the 900s. I really appreciated it. And
Anytime.
Eric showing me how I applied it to this lifetime with my own stepdaughter and how I welcomed her in as my own. And I had learned that from you, Lisa. So happy Mother's Day. He wanted
And
me to
happy
share
Mother's
that with you.
Day.
Thank
Happy Mother's Day to you too.
you. We
Uh,
appreciate that. Us mamas have to stick together. Solidarity, got
yeah.
to raise some good people.
Yes. All right. So the Catholicism has the history of it has been really tainted in many ways. There's good and bad to everything, of course. And here are her questions. Erik,
Real
at,
quick, Eric is dressed like the Pope. I just need everybody to know
oh
that.
my God.
He's dressed like the Pope and he's like on this throne, like real chill and eating an apple.
Oh, okay. And it's
He's
red. Red
ready.
apple?
Yes, red.
Eric, what is Catholicism in heaven? What is the spirit's perspective? I think Addie's asking.
It's the same. It's religion. It's a man-made structure.
Mhm. Do you feel like there's a need for that? I mean, some people do need organizing,
So,
correct?
so he's saying religion, when it was first created and formed, obviously there's a necessity because we had to gather, the masses and start looking at life in a different perspective. So religion was very useful and helpful. Unfortunately, through time, what religion did, not great people, right, would utilize religion, unfortunately, to gain power and land and further their role and say, well, it's the religion, but really it was an earthly individual who was slowly curbing it through the centuries. Like he's showing me it being like whittled down to like what it is now. It used to be much grander
Yeah.
and it got very restrictive.
Okay. Interesting. Was the has the Pope been informed of expansive mediumship on the planet? What is being explored about mediumship in the Vatican at this time?
He's saying they've always had mediums.
Oh,
A lot of the nuns are mediums.
hmm,
They have a special convent, I guess, or collection of collectives. Okay, so it almost looks like witches around like a cauldron in a way,
okay,
but they're not, but like in nun outfits. So
okay.
it looks very similar. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, and it's not outside. It's in a like it feels like a dungeon or like an old church, very stone, all
Mhm.
stone, natural stone specifically. And the nuns basically do practice psychic mediumship and help inform the masses. And the Pope then kind of, you know, guides was the original thought. Now that the cat's out the bag, um, the nuns see that everyone sees that it's probably time that things go back to how grand they were.
Yeah.
So like back to what they were. And being more inclusive and adding more, because what religion unfortunately has become is a very restrictive and rigid system, he says. It doesn't allow us to see different perspectives in life from different energies and understanding the importance of all of the energies, because every energy has a purpose, whether you think it's good or bad, right?
Yeah.
Good or bad doesn't exist,
Right.
just energy exists, he says.
Cool.
So we need to start thinking about how do we love our enemies, right? Okay, now he's pushing my shoulder forward. So one of my skill sets that Erik has helped me with to fine tune is I have the ability to get rid of all the icky, nasty stuff. And that is because I don't have judgment and I love the energy and I talk to it like anybody else, any other deserving human or being. And I love on it and I tell it what a great job it did, because it did serve its purpose
Of
and it
course.
did do a good job.
Yeah.
Because look at all those you made.
Yeah,
You were supposed to. Good job, but you don't need to make a mess anymore. And your
really.
contract's done. Do not come back. And if you do, like Erik, Metatron, Michael, Gabriel, send them all. Diana will come after you.
Oh boy, there we go.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, okay. I get to relax now. Yes, you do.
Awesome.
And that's how I move them on. And unfortunately, he's saying now what religion does is it doesn't allow us to do that, right?
Yeah.
And we have to go to an ordained individual to get the ick out.
Mm.
That's actually not the case, he says. You all have the power to do it. You all have to have faith in yourselves because you can. Oh, okay. So what we're seeing now is the church falling.
Mm.
So
Why is that?
a very large institution has basically had its skirt lifted up for all to see.
Mm.
Now everyone sees, even the Catholic religion is human.
Yeah.
We're all human. He
Yeah.
says this is all coming from love. Now, nobody is truly better than anybody else. And we are all equal.
Absolutely.
Let's take this opportunity in our relativity in time and space and be thankful that we are all here because this is a very special time. And if you are here and listening to this, then you know that all the weird and unsettling that everybody is feeling, you're all here because you can handle it. And we're going to get through this. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to feel lost without a symbol or a church. So we all need to stick together and spread the love and get each other's backs because just like the Catholic religion, we're all human and we all make mistakes.
Right.
So we should also be supportive of the Catholic religion because they are going through a very tough time.
Mm.
And when you go through a tough time, you need support. So just remember, everybody, you have to love from all sides.
Mm.
That was really beautiful.
That was beautiful. So what does this mean for the future of the Catholic Church, Erik? I mean, obviously there's free will, but in its current time.
He goes, well, I don't. He's showing me it's kind of like the beginning of an era, or like the beginning of the end of an era.
Okay.
So it's going to decline because just like, so when a collective evolves, he says, you don't need certain things anymore, and they drop. And one of them is religion. Just like eventually we will be so evolved that we won't even need our bodies anymore.
Right.
And we'll drop our bodies, right? Same with religion.
No more diets, yay! Woohoo!
We really needed it at one time.
Yeah.
But,
it was a way to tame the barbarians, to civilize people in a way, just by giving a code of ethics, morals, etc.
And he's giving me a lovely analogy. So he's like, okay, so mama, right? Think of Mary. She was the one that built the foundation. But you're like, but Elisa, you, mama, my mama, Erik says, she's like Mary 2.0. She's inside plumbing, man.
Oh my God.
Right?
I don't know about that.
Plumbing.
I love Mother Mary.
So Mary, Mary got us the foundation, and now we're going to not have to worry about our waste because it's going to be carried away for us, and we're going to live a whole new, wonderful life because we have indoor plumbing. He's like, it's the same kind of concept, right? So he's like doing the comparison.
I like that analogy. That's cool.
That is funny.
Erik, as an archangel, now I have something to say about that. Do you consider yourself Catholic, as many Catholics call upon archangels for assistance? I can't. I mean, I think you probably have energy equal to an archangel, but I'm not sure that I agree with and you don't like labels anyway. So
He says, if you think it, it will be, right? If that person needs me to be Catholic, then I'm Catholic.
okay.
And now he's inching me forward again to talk about something that I recently did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so um, I always try to look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Why I made guiding
Yeah.
perceptions, right? Because if we just look at life and refocus things a little bit, it becomes clearer. Um, so, okay. Oh, now he's interrupting me. Hold on. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Because then I went to somewhere else.
Oh, as a Eric is an archangel, do you consider yourself Catholic, as many Catholics call upon archangels for assistance?
Okay. So, right. So looking at things from a different okay. So, right. So with the guiding perceptions, looking at everything from a different perspective, yes, he's an archangel, right? Um,
Okay.
who cares that the Catholics made up the word archangel?
Yeah.
Lauren here got ordained online by
Oh
filling in
yeah.
her name
Oh my
and
God.
email address. So now she's clergy. She's a minister. She can marry you. She can exercise your home. She can exercise you if you need it.
That is
This is how
awesome.
easy it is, people. All clergy are individuals who ticked off boxes and followed the guided steps, right?
Right.
How is that any different than filling out your name and email address to
Yeah.
be ordained?
Okay.
Because we don't need it, he says. We're just
That's
evolved, and now we're entering into a time where we don't need it.
yeah.
He's bringing up aliens, right?
Oh, okay.
Obviously, we know they're all out there.
Yeah.
He's like, right. So he's saying basically the world knows that there's aliens. The majority of people have faith that aliens do exist. So we're on a tipping point where the true reality and our religious reality are not going to jive, and it's going to cause a
Wow.
lot of friction, right? So in order for us to keep evolving, that you're seeing the drop.
Okay.
And
Cool.
he's bringing up the Middle East
Yeah.
drop
Oh,
because religion isn't needed. These strict rules aren't needed. Um,
yeah. Sharia law.
Anybody can do anything from anywhere. Technology, innovation. He's reminding me of myself again. He's like, look at her. She started her own business. She basically did what she did for everybody else and just sat down and did it for herself.
That's so cool.
Making things. He's bringing up Steve Jobs. He put a computer in everybody's home. By doing that, right? That innovative thinking, now anybody can do anything from anywhere at any time.
That's true. I love it. I picked the Bahamas, frankly. I could take my skater machine there. All right, Eric, what is the main focus of Catholicism that might clash with the channeling Eric community? Because we all believe in mediumship and healing and remote healing and all that kind of stuff.
He says, well, Mom, I'm glad you brought that up. And he's reminding me of the conversation I had on the way here today. Like, do we need a disclaimer?
Yeah. Well, I do have a disclaimer. I can't remember what it says. Some lawyer.
Well, just about like the video. And he
Oh
said,
yeah, yeah. Oh, that.
and
Yeah.
he's saying the majority of people, because Lauren sets an intention every time she comes in that everything she says is true and honest, valid at 100% accuracy or as close as she can get. And that anybody who really needs to hear a message on this topic, that she delivers it and they find it.
Okay.
With that said, it's going to find the right people.
Yeah.
There's always going to be those who don't understand because they need the religion.
Yeah.
Right? They can't imagine life without it. It's like trying to get rid of a crutch for somebody that has been leaning on it for 25 years. You have to rehabilitate that person so that they're not walking crooked,
A
right?
lot of people
Because they're
have been
used.
turned away from organized religion because of you, Erik. So
When he said, and that's okay. And that doesn't make things bad because there's no such thing as good and bad.
it's not better, it's not worse. People have different needs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Will Channeling Erik and the Channeling Erik community ever be fully embraced by the Catholic faith of believers?
Well, no,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
But does it matter? He says.
No, it doesn't. Um, all right.
You little. Oh, I love your son, Elisa. You were such a good boy. A
I know, I
man. I'm
love
sorry.
him.
You're
In
right. You are a
spite of
man.
me. All right.
You did.
Do archangels generally tend toward acceptance of Catholicism due to the many prayers that to saints, archangels, etc., or a more ecumenical, I don't even know what that means, non-denominational stance? So archangels, what are
They are truly balanced beings.
yeah.
Therefore, there is no judgment. Therefore, they don't care who or why or where it comes from.
Yeah, so there's
If
no
somebody needs
more.
them, they
They don't accept Catholicism more than they do other religions.
yeah. He's like, Mama, they're looking through
Yeah.
a pinhole. He's like, open up your lens. We want to go panoramic, guys. We're not just a universe, we're a multiverse. Another universe can bump us down, and then it's up to us to lift us back up. And sometimes things get in the way, like religion.
I think it's amazing that organized religion is responsible for so many more deaths throughout history than anything else. I mean, the Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, the Salem witch hunts,
And that
the Middle East stuff going on. I mean, it's just. I mean, would you agree with
when
that?
he said it's time to stop, let's stop dying for what? Something that we don't know that's there. We all know it's there, people.
Yeah.
We just don't know how to prove it yet, but we're getting there. Oh
Prove
my gosh, you're
what?
making me itchy.
What do you mean?
What?
What's there or not there? Aliens?
Oh, the metaphysical
Oh, the
world, all of the
metaphysical. Okay, got it. Got it.
the unseen.
So I would like to bring in my great uncle who was Cardinal of Spain, Vidal Baraquer. Looks a lot like my father. I'll get a picture of him. But Erik, can you get your great uncle? Great uncle.
Yeah, he's already here.
Oh wow.
As soon as you said it,
Hello.
he has like the red outfit on.
Yeah.
Lots of red today. Lots of
Look
root
at
chakra
this,
stuff.
man.
Yes. Oh, there we go. I'm glad we talked about red, Elisa, because he is talking about the root chakra. Because we need to root
Oh,
ourselves in a new way of thinking and a new perspective. Oh, I love your son.
there he is.
Stop it. I was even gonna say, was he little? I should
Probably everybody on my dad's side was, but so Vidal, Teal.
he goes like,
They say you did, my father told me, this could be a lie, that you used to do missionary work in Africa a lot and that you got eaten by cannibals. Is that true? Or did you die of some
oh, he
other
didn't get
cannibal?
eaten by cannibals. No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
But yes, he did. He interacted with tribes that practice cannibalism.
Oh, okay. All right. So how did you die? Some say throat
He
cancer. Or-
he died with cannibals.
Oh,
So
okay.
like he was like a missionary to try and get them to see
Yeah.
the taboo of their practices and how it can neurologically harm them
Yeah.
as human beings.
Yeah.
And he got bit by something and it got infected. And
Oh,
it was like just because he was going in and out of like a jungle, I think,
okay.
or something.
Yeah. Interesting.
So like the elements got him.
All right. So from your standpoint as a spirit, what do you think about your religion, Catholicism?
He says, I'm loving what's going on.
What do you mean?
He
The
he
transparency, the
he likes that it's it's opening up. He's
Okay.
showing like chains coming off and red tape getting ripped. Like now we can be open.
Yeah.
We don't have to hide behind this cloth, and he's, dressed in the cardinal
Yeah.
attire. Um, we don't have to hide behind this. We can just be who we are and still have this beautiful gift.
Yeah. But it's so funny because I think Jesus was a medium, right?
Yeah,
And
he's a
believes in
prophet. All
reincarnation.
prophets are mediums.
Well, why is it that we have to go through the Pope to talk to God? We
You
are whole and
don't.
part of.
We
That's the
don't.
point. We're whole and part of God.
The separateness of God, and this is the cardinal coming through,
Okay.
just so you're aware. He's saying the separateness of God and self is the problem, right? So this
Yeah.
is us writing that as much as we can. Um, the reason why a person like me did end up in a cardinalship is because we leave little seeds of open mindedness to plant and nurture and just tilt, the everything going on the right path, just ensuring that, we continue to evolve the way that we're supposed to.
I think the biggest mistake, or the biggest, I don't know if I don't want to call it evil, that the organized religion did is create a separation between us and God and denying us being whole a part of God. That separation is probably the worst thing that they could have done. And I know why. I think I know. What do I know? Because they want to be in power. They want to control you and your actions. They want to get some of your money or you won't go to heaven. And they want that power over you.
It was greed. They wanted the skill set of someone like Jesus, and they couldn't have it. So they bought it,
Ooh.
and they used religion. That's how religion got to where it is, he's saying, Elisa. Anybody who had a king power, it started centuries, so long ago. And it just takes so long to undo that.
Yeah.
And we're just at, he's showing like the unraveling of something, and it's like at the very last stitch.
Wow. Well, that's good. Um,
Yes.
let me see what else I was going to ask you. I can't remember. As the Catholic faith has now ruled out the requirement of baptism as a means to salvation and purgatory in general, is that true?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, it's a
Just
little bit. Let me see. As the Catholic faith has now ruled out requiring baptism to be saved, is that first of all, is that true? Baptism is not a prerequisite to heaven, and purgatory does
okay.
not
Well,
really exist, right?
okay. So got it. He's going, stop right there.
Okay.
Everything's heaven.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you need baptized? Nope. There is no hell
And
unless
the
you want
indulgences
to
or tithe. Yeah.
hang out there.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Oh my God, Erik. Oh my God.
Uh-oh. What now?
The Catholics created hell. The Catholics created demons. The Catholics created devils because then they had to get rid of them. You have to be ordained to get rid of the evil. It is control people. It's not right,
Yeah.
basically. They, oh, okay.
Brace yourself, Lauren.
So, what these individuals did long ago, around Jesus' time, and I'm asking him, is it before or after? He can't tell me.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Um, Around that time, um, people understood how to work with energy, like, and he's referring to you, Lisa, and me. So, how you and my mom redirect energy for healing and clearing and protection, all that stuff. That was very widely used. And I'm feeling like, what was it, the Druids
Oh
or
yeah,
oh my gosh.
Celtics.
Yes, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, all that. They were basically holding down the fort along with indigenous individuals who were keeping basically the earth happy and healthy
Yeah.
through different ritualistic practices. And basically, power greed comes into play, and control is required by these individuals because that's success, right? And their
Yeah.
heads or whatever.
Right.
So they basically stole knowledge from things and utilized elemental energy unwillingly of that energy. And now we have all of these fun things.
Like what?
A lot more of them. They basically littered the earth with metaphysical
Oh.
muck.
Oh.
Isn't that nice? And
Very
only
nice.
they could do it. So they thought they were using it as like a weapon to gain control and fear, but they realized they really couldn't control it.
Mm. Wow.
Oh, and he goes, and then people like Lauren come in and start incarnating and whip them all into shape. He always jokes with me. He calls me Constantine because I like get rid of all the icky
Oh,
stuff.
good. That's awesome. All right. So oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. During it's Constantine, I think. Um, in the Council of Trent or the Council of Nicaea, they sort of redid the Bible and made reincarnation, wiped that out of it, past lives out of it, and meet and channeling out of that. Why? Because they
Control.
give that.
Because then only they could do it, right? So they
Okay.
created demons that they could only now rein in because they created them. So, and then he goes, "Sorry, Laura, now you have to clean up everybody's mess." And I'm like, that is so relevant in my life, by the
Oh
way.
God. So
That's
what
what I
about
do. Sit down tonight,
incarnation?
clean it all up.
Why
What'd you
did
say,
they
Lisa?
why did they not want people to believe in reincarnation? Is because, well, we want to make you believe that you better be good this one because
Control.
this is it, right? You're not
This
going
is
to get
it.
another chance.
This little blip is it, and you never get another chance.
Okay. I know that the Pope announced that he agreed that there's no hell recently, this current Pope.
Love it. God bless the Pope.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Uh, there's not much more. What does the spirit realm say about the thousands of child abuse scandals that have, I knew that was going to come, taken place within the Catholic faith? And I'm sure that's in other religions too. I don't know.
Well, the imagery is just funny. I love the hilarity of the universe. So it's like a whole bunch of like angels and like really great people like blowing up a lady's trying so hard to blow up this lady's skirt, and it finally is like up around her ears.
I know,
For
really.
everybody to see. So everyone's just happy that it's all coming to light, that it's finally breaking. Watching and I'm channeling a collective right now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting like goosebumps.
Wow.
And gosh, thank you guys. They're saying they're just like cheering and like applauding. It kind of feels like a coliseum. They're just very happy for us. Because the wool has truly been pulled over everybody's eyes. People like Lauren have been incarnating since the beginning of Earth to bring knowledge and never let anything get in their way of that knowledge. Nobody can make a good decision if you don't have all of the information in front of you. How are humans supposed to make good decisions and good choices if they don't know what is in front of them? You can't make a good choice if you don't know what your choices are and what game you're playing. And that's just not fair. So let's level the playing field.
The playground. All right. So why does this occur, this child abuse in certain segments of our society, like Hollywood. And then, of course, at least the Catholic religion, maybe other religions. Why is
It's all the same, just in different domains or instances of an area, right? It's still these elite people with
oh,
power and control. So it's just that energy of an individual that has
oh,
the ability, has the ego, and will follow through with those actions, to show that
they could do
they
anything
can.
the hell they want.
And it also shows people like you, Lisa, and me, and the team at Channeling Erik. Like, you should be the ones doing that. Don't let them see. It literally can be any idiot can be successful, right? He's encouraging everybody,
Oh,
like, get
good.
out there, because the okay, so it's kind of like showing like the collective mindset has shifted. So the majority of how people are thinking is now falling to the other side,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So everything's really like about to change, basically, and how everyone's thinking. And it's just like he's just showing me it all just kind of like coming into
For the
view.
better. For the better?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I figured. Okay, so where do you see in
Yeah,
the
because he's
future?
saying, yeah, mama, there's like no more. Okay, so everybody comes here, right? They have their destiny, their purpose, their contract, and there's a spectrum, like really bad, but you
But
nailed it.
still part of the
And like
light.
I don't, right? And I don't like I didn't have to really experience that many bad things, right?
Mm,
Instead of the spectrum being this big, like let's make it this big.
okay.
He's like, that's kind of what we're doing. We're shrinking it down so that we don't have to have so many horrifying life experiences.
Uh,
Because what's happening is people that are coming in, they're having these repeat so much
yeah.
that they're not solving their karma. And it's actually not their fault. It's the system, the rigid system's fault.
Mm,
So we need to find new creative ways, like the team at Channeling Erik, and like what I'm doing, you're doing, Lisa, by supporting the rigid structures, right?
right. With
And
love.
being more targeted. So now, with the church going away and religion, it gets a lot of restrictions off the table.
Right.
Lauren's a minister, right? Anybody can be one. It doesn't matter.
And you don't have
Go
to be
out
a
there.
minister to get rid of the muck, I guess. Probably helps.
No, but you all know that if somebody needs in their head to believe, to make sure that they're not attracting more of the ick to them, that
Yeah.
they need to be a minister,
Mm,
just go online and become a minister like
exactly.
Lauren.
That's a good idea. But do you think the political elite, the church, all the, and Hollywood and all these places that seem to have a higher prevalence of child abuse, is it because they're influenced by negative entities from other dimensions?
Yeah, some. So there's always some of that. But remember, those individuals were so power hungry that they called that energy to them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Power
let's
of
not always try and figure out who to point the finger on. I
mind.
guess he's saying like it takes two to tango there. So
Yeah.
yes, right. But also sometimes when people are put in, a powerful role and they get there, they don't realize like the power high, I guess. And
Yeah.
then they just start taking things to the extreme. And because
Mm,
it's in front of them and accessible, it happens.
yeah.
He's saying it happened. There's very low percentage of like unintentional stuff that
Yeah.
just being in the 1% it kind of exposes you to,
Yeah.
um, because you have access to everything.
Yeah.
And he's showing me like a questionably aged female. So like I don't know if the guys even know how young they are.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
But they don't want to ask,
And then,
you know.
yeah, and they're just offered these things. And well, we had the
That's
discussion
rough.
on sex. Men just, your body takes over. It's a need,
Yeah,
right? Your
exactly.
body takes over and things happen. And then you get a liking for it. And now you're power hungry. Now you're in with all these people. That's what everybody does. And now it's a thing.
Well, I'd like to ask my great uncle one more question. Were you a good man, or did you?
But of course,
Okay, good. I figured.
he's saying now you have to remember it's a very, very different time.
Yeah.
And there were certain rules I had to follow.
Yeah.
I definitely kept things quiet that I shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, I think
I
you
will say
were brought up
I
on
was
that.
a
Yeah.
loose-lipped one.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that reading your history. There's a whole book about you.
Yeah, like I think he
You were an
really,
activist, rebel rouser.
yeah, I think he was very quietly and respectfully trying to break it from the inside.
All right. That's awesome. All right. I think
Yay.
this is,
Yeah, I just got
I love
goosebumps.
you, Vidal, but I care. All right. So this is probably the last question. And I think we already kind of answered it. What is going to be ultimately happening to the Catholic Church? Is it just going to be eradicated? Or is it going to be,
Eventually,
it's
it's
going to
not
be
going to happen overnight.
evolve, or is it just going to change into a better, more metaphysical, more accepting, and still be called Catholicism?
He's saying for like older, more like ritualistic and traditional individuals, this is going to be tough.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
there are going to be institutions that are going to hang on because this is their true test of faith, mom,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? That's a powerful thing.
Wow. We've got,
So
oh,
they
yeah.
are fighting just as hard as we are to say, but look, you don't have to do all these things. You can do, look at all the stuff you can actually do, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But this is what I know. This is, if I just follow these rules, I'm going to be happy. And he said, and that's just not true. And everybody knows it's not true. And we need to stop playing that game
Yeah.
because the rules aren't true.
Yeah. So
It does not get you
when you
happiness.
crossed over, you probably figured that, and historians have proven this to be correct, that Jesus actually did not die on the cross. His pulse rate and all that was so low because he was taught by the Yetic monks how to do that or something. And he was carried away to and ended up in the south of France where he had several children, many who died. And so he didn't die on the cross, but that's the whole thing about he died for your sins. He died on the cross for your sins. So when you found that out, well, first of all, did you find that out?
He's he's saying, "Well, Lisa, I had a little touch of the seeing, so I had kind of a little bit of an idea that maybe." And he's showing me meet him and Jesus meeting, and that him like hysterically laughing, like I.
You pulled a fast one on us, dude.
He's like laughing and like slapping. He's like laughing with his whole body, like ah.
Oh my God. Oh, you. That's funny. But no, historians see definite evidence of his life in the south of France. It's kind of cool. But so what do you
Oh,
think?
they're actually finding like
Yeah,
tangible.
yes, tangible evidence. Look it up.
That's so
And that was
awesome.
after we had the interview with Jesus where he said he did not die on the cross. And
Mm,
you can find an EVP. You can hear him talking on that. And it was we
yes.
analyzed it with an audio professional, and they said it's not a human voice. That's cool. All right. Anything else you want to share, yeah, Eric? What do you call it? Not Jesus. You done anything else you want to say about Catholicism?
He's just showing a lot of support. He's saying
Who's
this is going
he?
to be
Eric?
very disruptive.
Eric?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
Eric's saying this.
Okay.
he's still dressed like the Pope.
No.
And he's saying, see, it's not blasphemous. I'm an archangel dressed as the Pope, giving you all hugs. It's okay. The universe is actually really funny and fun and exciting.
Yeah.
And Erik,
Oh.
and sexual,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, of course.
right. So he's basically saying, no fear. This is all good. Good, good, good. Positive, 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 positive. Because
Awesome.
I just reminded him, I was like, there's no good and bad. And he's like, yes, but it's going to feel light and airy. Like everyone can finally
Oh.
stop putting on this suit of armor that is so heavy that none of us fit in right. And
Mm.
let's just take it off.
Take it all off. All right. So, what do you think about
Oh,
your great 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 nephew Vidal, Uncle Vidal, and vice versa?
oh my gosh, I have like goosebumps all over me. He's
Oh.
like, well, isn't he amazing? Look
Mm.
what he's doing over here. And then he's saying, I know. So he's like showing, he's like, and you, Elisa, you, my dear, he said, you are the action behind it. He doesn't have the hands, but you're a true mama.
Yeah, I love my boy.
And he's just,
Well, can y'all give each other a hug?
he's,
And Eric, give your uncle a hug, your great great uncle a hug.
he's like, of
See.
course, all the
Oh,
time.
good, good, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Well, thank you, Lauren. And
so
again,
short.
yeah, yeah, I think everybody on my father's side. All right. Thank you very much, Vidal, Uncle Tio Vidal, and Eric and Lauren. And
Yes, thank
please
you guys.
hit the notification bell. Check her out. Description box below and on
Oh,
the video
yes.
tab.
Real quick. Oh my God,
Yes.
Erik, every time. I swear he changes his mind on things all of the time.
Oh boy.
I am going to start just like basically live events. You can jump in, ask questions. Everybody's guaranteed a message. It's going to be really affordable. I'm building the
Ooh.
platform right now. It's only going to be
Okay.
$20 and you're guaranteed a
Oh
message.
my God, that is
Live.
awesome. All right. Be sure you let me plug it when it happens. Okay.
Yes. I'll let you know. I'll send you
All
some
right.
marketing stuff to send out.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Love you guys. Love you, Eric. Love you, Vidal. Bye bye.
Bye.